Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Japanese Drive is now entered the second rerun in today's live summon in the Crew 2. As the Japanese team summon is now bringing out to have a change-up update is now being racked up on 6 events, and exception for 3 skills are about to be coming in after 2 years from the first rerun during the Dominion Forsberg season update. So, I really hope today's featured on the date in September 11 through the 18th, and this is going to be a very good closer to be priored onto the 17th in about 1 day left to go. It's going to be a celebration to have my B-Day. We'll be ready up and get set to have some main favorite vehicles to be related to Japanese vehicles on street racing, drag, drift, motocross, and of course combo event by using a one single touring car will be set to be labeled by no restriction only. Just like Nissan only to be featured as well, so you'll have to choose any kinds of touring car when enter the combo event is going to be take place for only one street race event. Better be ready folks, and this will have to be ready up and go for having a Japanese style to be well embraced for the team summon we'll have to take on in the third time moment. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's live summit event. First week of September turns out to be check and go, but another round of an encore on Neon Battle is now being racked up and go change up in the position of rank by having a good placement on 933rd place in 1,227,132 points. But good thing that we still already have the Ducati Panigale R, Neon Battle on the Epic Tire, and Nitro Chemist is now being expanded and adding up onto the street racing disposal. We'll have to go well embrace it to be speed up Nitro Chemist. So in about 22 hours left for Japanese Drive is about to be over soon until the 17th has now been set on arrival to be priored into Tuesday. But first things first, I really had to go participation in 3 skills, then 6 events later. Here is part 1 or 2 on the water-based vehicle at San Francisco. We'll take the Salam course as I'm using with the Voucher 1414 Demon to go for the hook cam, then enter the gate. Got to hold it steady and tap out with a nitro boost. Alright, very good. Just hold it together. Main objective is partially complete. Alright, very good. Time to slow down and keep it well, cruise up. Just stay around by 100 miles per hour. Just have to keep that shallow to be going flow clear. That's the ticket. Now 10 seconds to go to be on the sprint towards the finish. And solid fine work. Get back on the third person view and 31,213 points. Alright, one good skill check and received to be on the outcome by 154,988 points. That's one part of the water-based skill. Then let's go buoy smashing in Salt Lake. That would be a very good possible thrill to be located in the mountain state. Is going to be a bit more concentration to have a good communication, to have some good contact on the green buoys. So I really hope my B-Day celebration is now being well prepared to go underway until the 17th is on the arrival. So let's go right in and have the buoys to be keeping a good focus on the green. Avoid the red ones. That will have to be messed up and get back to square one. Slow it together. Alright, that's good. Now, keep it stationary and have that next pile of the crew. 42,013 points. Alright, just have to stay together and make that push. That should do by 45,038 points. Alright, that's good. So I'll have to take a good tally of results. Got to be patient until speed trap will be coming up on skill 3. 155,842 points. Now that's very good, and almost to go up by adding up by 5,000 more, which is considered to be going up by 50,000. So here comes Barstow on skill number 3. Better grab your dragster vehicle, or just have to be well prepared to have a Japanese vehicle to be using on the same dragster spec version. But I got everything to be mapped out, and go for the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 Drag Race Edition is now going to have to take a best well chosen selection. Well, I still got my 6th generation Corvette CR1 2009 is now being well cruised up, and I'll have to be on alternative route to go anywhere. This segment is going to be having a no part conclusion, as I just really had to be well prepared to go for the real deal, as I really had to take that good further opportunity to go up and be more focused to be well specified to be up onto 100,000 points. But in the meantime, whenever it happens to have the speed trap during on Barstow, it could be having a one tricky method that will be contained with a speed glitch. But I don't know, how am I supposed to figure out the goal for having it achieve at the top speed record? But I'm always had to go by having an ordinary old-fashioned dragster vehicle to be well chosen to be selected. Alright, now have the R34 Skyline GTR Drag Race Edition with the UDRS INS Protect livery by 4,677 horsepower and top speed 343 miles per hour on the per level of 400. But sometimes it might have to go for having a clear acceleration without contact by traffic vehicles. Let's bring out the Godzilla and keep it stationary to be up and go hill climbing in case of center of gravity. Okay, that's 328 miles per hour to be checked. Let's see the results on attempt 1. Okay, close call, and that will be adding up by 1,299 points by over 100,000 points. That should be good enough, so let's do Bowling 1 race event to be putting up on the same dragster Skyline GTR R34, so it's up to Los Angeles at Santa Monica. 3 runs and 1 single Japanese Godzilla roll car will have to be well prepared to be much more speed of top speed acceleration to stay on track. But it'll have to go much more patient and keep it stationary to be in all-wheel drive. Now folks, as we know the drill, have the countdown begins in 3 seconds and wait for having a preparation to go for a perfect burn, then wait until for having 3 runs on the check. Just have to keep the gauge in the green zone. Very perfect. Stay on it. Don't lose it. And perfect burn. Okay, that's 2 times perfect, 2 times good. Stay on the 5th gear and wait for the top speed. Almost good enough, so we still barely got this in the bag, as we just already did for having a lot of expert of drag racing. So first run cleared by 12 seconds with a decimal of 0.291 seconds. Gear shift is good. Now let's proceed on gear number 2. Shall we? Alright. Same pattern as before. Just have my UDRS dragster vehicle on the R34 Skyline has to stay well perfecto and keep the gauges on the green. Alright, 4 times the perfect, and let's give it a full speed of maximum Japanese velocity. Alright, second run check. So that's 11.650 seconds. Gear shift is perfect. Alright, now final run, and this is gonna be it. Hopefully, it'll have to take much more fine shifting of perfection and top speed that you might have to keep a good slipstream to be formed as a crew. But sometimes going solo is all about to have a quick time on the seconds. Alright, here's the perfect start. Just have to go tap up. 1 time's good, and 3 times perfect. And there goes the final finish line. Let's see the results on run 3. Just the same, and adding up by 0.620 seconds, and the gear shift is good. That's one damn R34 Scottline. Dragster Bugle will always have to get it done, and solid fine work to be adding up by the outcome in 102,208 points in 11.620 seconds. Alright, so that's 1 race in the bag, and just had to go proceed in race number 2 by having some selection of 2 street race event, 1 per drift, 1 motocross, and a touring car discipline and combo event. But I'll have to go start out and take on in the White Mountains to be located in the East Coast. Better grab the Suzuki RM-C450 so it's up and go. Motocross racing is now being take place on time condition at night, or either to be on daytime. So gonna have to be putting up on the blue color is still remain, and nitro cam is set and checked by per level on the maximum in 70 to carry out with 99 brake horsepower and top speed as the same 99 miles per hour. Alright, shall I begin and bring out the skills of motocross racing is now being corrected in the nighttime. 3 seconds, and here I go to go dirt racing on the Japanese motocross. Okay, take that good jump. Checkpoint, proceed to be on the hairpin. Now gonna have to take that good advantage on the quicker shortcut. So the possible choice is, can I have to be managed to do a possible quick effort to go achieve by exactly in a minute and 30 seconds, depends on the decimal time. But I'll have to find out. Just have to go kick up the nitro and start the party to begin. Oh yeah, bring out the good nitro by airborne. Shaft that turn up, then go for another jump. Yeah baby! Smack that good airborne jump, then comes another. Okay, next lap is on the final. Got to keep my good hooks and skill reflexes. You'll have to take the second attempt to go for round 2. But I'm always have to be well prepared for having a good racing of a destiny. Okay, good thing my racer outfit always had to keep things to go muddy and dirty. Yeah, that's more like it. Just have 17.1 seconds gap to be updated, then go for another jump. Okay, that was a close call. Now, here comes the big one. Just have that first session of the warm-up check. Now it's gonna be a minute, 56.042 seconds. There's the legendary bundle earned on motocross vehicle, but close enough. So I have 83,396 points. Alright, let's go again for round 2, and this will have to take another round and have some skills to go quicker to beat my current time objective by exactly in over a minute and 50 seconds. Talk about having a good qualifying session is I had to go and make the real deal. Round 2 begins, then let's giddy up. Got to pull out the nitro, then keep it much more center of the position. First place is all in, then go on checkpoint 3 by airborne. Alright, that's more like it. Going extreme to bring out the stunts. Okay, cut.
3, 2, 1.
Round 2 begins, then let's giddy up. Got to go climb up and be quick about it. First checkpoint of the gate clear, now gonna have to go hairpin on checkpoint 2. Airborne on the way by checkpoint 3, then same as ever to go quicker by the shortcut reflexes. Got to keep it center, maintain control, then double hairpin on the right, then the left. Alright, that's good. Now pull out the nitro to have a next round on the hairpin to keep on driving and stay dirty clean in motocross. Alright, that was a good close call by Proceed to checkpoint. Gonna have to pop out and kick up on the rear. Okay, back on track. Now proceed to the final lap. Talk about going extreme to be well intense. Skillful turns aggressive. Alright, safe and cleared by the bump. Alright, let's kick it up onto the gliding left and go proceed to be on the reflexes skill to be on the gap update. 86% is clear. Just stay by 21.9 seconds. Okay, that was a close call. Airborne, then smack it up towards the finish line. Close call by a minute, 50.221 seconds. Now let's see the results, and just have to go receive by the record, and there's 112,755 points for having a new attempt. Alright, that should be good enough. Motocross on Japanese Suzuki is now being well done by using a single RM-C450. So let's go proceed and use the two part of the street racing vehicle to be using with the Kawasaki C1000 ABS or the Honda S2000 Red Panther Edition. But here is one tip of the comment from Kaji Gaming. I have completed all races and event and still haven't got the Honda S2000. But don't worry, you'll have to do your best and keep your best effort to go up in the way to be on the platinum depends on the top 11,000. But recommendation has been accepted. Let's go to the San Francisco commute and go for the fourth vehicle by default per level is now being using on the Red Panther Edition on the Honda S2000. Back on 158 and 240 brake horsepower and top speed 155 miles per hour. Very good to have the base color of the white and trim style in red. Now that's a good true Japanese iconic culture to have a single JDM road car as a 2009 model. But very good, exactly, and fully tuned modification to go take place at nighttime. So let's go and finish into the top 3 position. So I totally got this one, and always have to keep a good pressure of the speed to go up in the nitro, as which is already took by 2 laps around on San Francisco. But not to mention that I just recently took a good enjoyment moment out there to be participate in the standard and endurance of the US Speed Tour cities at San Francisco from race number 4. But you guys might gonna have to check it out soon, but it takes a lot of progress of development to go for a change up by having some minor changes by the maintenance. But I still leave it to myself from here until now, but it takes a little bit more time and be more patient whenever you're going to have to check out with some other content videos that I just went there recently I made. So it's going up by 20% in the progression. Got to keep going to be forward on the speed. Just take that right turn. 5.4 seconds on the gap. Then go straight towards the right turn on the 90-degree angle. Alright, good power slide drift. Just wait for it. Just keep going for having a torque of acceleration to have a single jump. Got to be ready, and it's going to be going a roll driving on Olympic City. Okay, checkpoint clear. V-Day content video is on the clock. I just really have to do my best and make this content video for this segment has to do a perfection of surprise. We're almost there. Progression is gonna have to take 2 more percent. Got to be proceed on to the final lap. Then let's go to number 2. 12 seconds behind the gap. That's good. Now going up to be on the 5th gear. Almost there to be at gear 6. Just have to be wait, then patient. Tight turn reflex, good. But I know you guys really want this Red Panther Edition Honda S2000 is now being available to be received as a prize. But if it's going to be on the 3rd rerun for the same title on Japanese Drive, that should be doing another 3rd chance that you guys really might need to get this one for free if you don't have one from your collection to be set by a card collection import to the Crew Motorfest. Or just have to be purchased when you're in the Crew Motorfest until the next update is about to go additional expansion to be take place on Maui. But I can't wait to take a good look to explore around on Oahu, and Maui is going to be a very good traditional to have a good place around in Hawaii. But good thing that there's going to be having a new playlist is going to be having a best time to go back to do some cop chases. The chase squad is now being on the way. But it'll have to be patient soon until November will be coming in soon. Alright, just have to go up by the checkpoint proceed at 89%. Okay, good to be clear. Just make that drift. Good. Slide and reflexes as a true Japanese driver. Now for the final turn. This is it. Then go to the finish line will be claimed by the podium. So that's good by 4 minutes. 7.869 seconds has now been cleared into the top 3 position and very yet to be having another round on the follow-up catch-up. But don't worry, I just really might need to have this one to be labeled for having a first part of the list when using the force vehicle on the Honda S2000 Red Panther Edition. So that's part 1 of 2 of the street racing vehicle event. Now let's go for the Kawasaki C1000 ABS at the Big Bend. We'll have to keep a good speed, faster, and motorcycle action to go for the proper kneeling of the good upper grip. Just like last time back from Neon Battle at Chicago in Electric City. But it'll have to go for the different Kawasaki motorcycle whenever I had to be using on the Pure and Frantic that might need to go up in the per level on 280 and 206 brake horsepower and top speed 194 miles per hour. So let's go full green, and up I proceed to be quite giving a grid start to have some street racing vehicle on 4 wheels, and there might be some other opponents to be using for only 1 motorcycle available to be on the main grid. Let the countdown begin in 3 seconds, then let's roll it out. Okay, same JDM cars as before, versus 1 motorcycle will take the head start to go in the lead. Okay, gonna have to go shift the weight. 4 seconds behind the gap, and progression on 19%. So you see folks, the handling on the C1000 ABS is very good. Reflexes to go on the turns and corners will have to keep a good exactly elevation to go safer to be proceed into the flat surface. Just like the motorbike edition, but street racing also to be well prepared to have this one in the segment to have some good skills to be drivable when you're entered on Japanese Drive. But almost to be at 8 seconds behind the gap. Got to keep it up, then press on to the next checkpoint. We'll be on the left turn corner. Okay, halfway there. Got to be wait and patiently. And here comes the S's. Hope I'm ready. Just have to go kneeling up. Left turn in. Right turn by the checkpoint, proceed. And give it a full nitro to stay up in the grid. Okay, looks like Cow's coming in. Got to avoid having some animal contact. Okay, another one nearby towards the street. Alright, there you go. Full speed ahead, and next corner by the checkpoint, proceed. Okay, I'm doing well. 14.5 seconds on the gap away from 7 JDM modern cars. Got to keep going and stop at the progression in 90%. This could get tricky, and just have to keep a good tight turn up and go weight transfer to be steady on the right. And there's a good clear on the finish line by 2 minutes, 37.36 seconds by received 200,000 followers earned. Alright, there you go. That's 114,777 points. Talk about having a lucky day to have 3 sevens is currently to be well marked and have a good lucky of fortune. Alright, so 2 more races to go. Drift Discipline will be coming up as the gold medal position is now on the clock by 11,443rd place will be up and be ready to go to Las Vegas. So I had to go penultimate, and Drift only will have to take a quick time on the short activity to be ready up and go using on any drift vehicles on Japanese only. Despite for only best recommendable road car is now being well professionally to be well labeled as a pro drift car. But I'll have to decide to go and choose my UDRS Inspirtech Livery on the 2002 Drift Edition on the Mazda RX-7. Good to go, and per level to be maximum on 240 to carry out on 941 brake horsepower and top speed 167 miles per hour. But it'll have to take 2 laps, will go quick, and watch out for the barriers to have a good skill of the reflexes as the vanity is about to go full blue. Here I go, and chain up the drift. Alright, keep a good spirit in blue, and go correction on the line. Look ahead, right turn on the corner, so I have to take a good stepping stone on the sidewalk and use it as an apex. Alright, rock and roll and go Inspirtech drifting of skill. Got to go full nitro, amp up the turns and speed respawn handling. Still have enough time by 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. Good thing I barely got a good use to try out with an outer blue tire after the previous Live Summit event is good to be true in blue. Okay, 1 minute left. Come on, just have to work together and get my grip to be tight and reflexes to stay together. Alright, good thing the blue Eternal Smoke is going to be helping out and keep a good chain complete to be stopped by 239,888 points. But I really have to go for round 2. I just barely had to take a modest skill of achieve of success. 30 seconds left. Okay, that should do enough. I'll have to come back in the meantime. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, that should do average drifting skill success by 284,867 points. Let's see the results. and good enough to have 122,556 points. Okay, hang on one second. I'll have to do a little bit more time to go for round 2. Okay, much better, and just have one sip of water to get myself to be back on track to get shape up. Alright, second round's on me, and let's bring out the full nitro. We'll have to push it to the max limit. Got to go outside first on the first turn, then the rest we'll have to keep it careful to stay in position. Alright, very good to be expert on my FDRS7. Chain up the good skill and blind corner on the left. But it's gonna get wide open, so I'll have to keep a good eyes peeled on the sidewalk. Keep it well preferred to be using as an apex. Okay, good sideways to be reflex. Gotta have to work it together. And the S's, tighten and go chicane. Alright, good true in drifting blue, and go right over to be on a pedestrian session to have the next turn to go clear open. Alright, time for the second lap overtime. What comes up and goes outer blue in tire to have a good line in blue when the blue internal smoke has to go maximum in times 173. But marvelous and going full maximum on the drifting score level. Down to the second, and time's up. Wow, I cannot believe I just barely did it. 611,209 points in the Mazda RX-7 Spirit RFD, just now coming a long way, and update my score level to be up in 155,422 points. Now that's what I call an OG Japanese drift car, just barely got it right off the bat. Alright, now let's go to the combo event for the grand finale. Canyon by night, here I go, and choose touring car by the recommendation pick will have to be selected by no restriction only. As I had to go for the Nissan 370C touring car or Nissan Skyline GTR GT500 2000 or the R35 Nismo GT3 2018 is now being set and go recommendable to be either on the horsepower and top speed to be well selected in the max per level of 320. GT3 Nismo it is. Got to go faster and have the grid start for the countdown by 7 Street Racing Bugle versus 1 touring car spec racing will have to be ready up and go for the wet surface to be on a time condition in evening. Hope I'm ready. It's gonna get much more acceleration to go exit off the track and go sprint racing in the open road. Let's do this. I totally got this and give it a head start to be on the first checkpoint all the way in. Perfect gap distance on 2 seconds. Got to go up and keep that line to be checked when staying on the road. But very good to be balanced on the grip with using racing intermediate tires or heavy wet. That's how every Group 3 car always have to keep it well management by having one part of the challenge as the Crew 2 for only one deemed summon for the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 2018. Or if possible, just any kinds of available touring car whenever you like to pick to go for having a better max per level of speed and acceleration. Here comes the center of the gravity. Have that left turn in the highway route. Good, correct, and check. and gap distance at 12.1 seconds. Okay, that should do very good to be thrill and successful to be having a categorized GT3 F-Bar race car is now doing well good to be achieved to be driving up on the highway route. Progression is now being at on 42%. Let's take that next route and go proceed like you're about to be entered on escape. Pull out the nitro, then keep the line checked to be stay around by the highway route to go enter. Okay, almost there by 58%. Got to keep going by within a few miles to be arriving on Central Woods. It'll have to go down and just have to be quick about it. Almost there to have a good ice check away from 7th Street Racing Vehicle within a few seconds by 26.5. Now the downhill for having a clear straightaway. 73% in the progression to go by having 75% check and complete. So we're running out of space. Now let's get back on the road to keep the same route and go proceed at the right corner turn. Okay, checkpoint clear. Now gonna have to keep a good 5th gear to be stay on top of it. Just almost there to be arriving on Central Woods after leaving from Grand Canyon. Alright, full speed ahead. Past the final checkpoint and go crossing through the bridge. And this will have to go for the podium finish that will becomes the winner on the Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 just took the win, and other street racing vehicles will have to be on the patient time by exactly in under a minute. So there you go. That's 111,996 points is good to be received and check. And this is how this content video is going to be my best celebration for my birthday. Is very good to be arrived on the 17th. And there's also to have 21 hours left before Japanese Drive is over and about to have a platinum rank on 2,143rd place in 1,192,330 points. Alright, perfection and very good to be right at the bat as I had to be well prepared for this moment. We'll have to be commenced on overtime. But that's right, I really have to go for the second chance we'll have to be using with the Red Panther edition on the Honda S2000. We'll be heading back to San Francisco in the commute. It'll have to go quick and this will have to take one last call and one last chance. I'm very sure of it. I really had to take for another round for this extra as I had to be well prepared to have a moment to get up in about 100,000 points without having a content replay. Alright. Let the overtime begins, and I really had to be well prepared for the moment as I just did back then from last year by a part 1 and part 2 conclusion.
3.
Let's start the overtime. We'll be commenced in 3 seconds, and here I go to go faster and bring out the nitro to keep it up and be patient to go quicker on the reflexes. Overtake the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 991. First place for the Red Panther edition on the Honda S2000. Now, this could be a bit more tricky as I just really might need to have an extra time to go for overtime in follow-up catch-up. But always have to keep going faster and try not to go slow down by pulling out by the brake. So I had to keep a good eyes on the gap and eyes on the prize. Further advantage when using the sidewalk is going to be a very good cute guess on the apexes whenever it comes in to have some elevation to go up and down. Okay, let's have that checkpoint clear. Wait for the nitro, then quick refill to have some gauges to stay on position. Alright, let's go for the 90-degree angle turn. mark on the right, and have the gauges to be wait until full capacity by 100%. Or you can actually have to go tap and keep save plenty amount of nitro. Your choice and your decision. Okay, that was a close call. But talk about having one extreme jump is all about to have some skills of entertainment. Alright, let's bring out the nitro again. 12.8 seconds update on the gap. Got to go to the next checkpoint. First lap will be almost over soon. Make it stop at the right, then go Q on the power slide drift. So that's 2 minutes. Just have to go by progression on lap number 2 in 52%. Alright, that's good. Just have to keep a good regain control handling with balance. Almost there. Several pedestrians are on the sidewalk. Got to stay on the road and keep press out the forward. Okay, very good on gear 6. Climbing up to have 30% to go on the 70% progression. Alright, let's bring out the good round of the nitro. Tap it up. 22.1 seconds update. I really have to keep press on and keep going, almost there. Okay, he's only down to a minute left. Better have a good hope and good chances on the moment. Okay, very good refill nitro. Down to 30 seconds. 10% to go on the progression left remaining. Alright, gonna have to stay together. 10 seconds left. Now, gonna have to go back to the finish line and do the final turn. Sweet, and under 4 minutes, so I got 3 minutes, 57.323 seconds. So there we go, and make that score point to be updated by 114,978 points. That's how you guys really have to go perform and master the Honda S2000 Red Panther Edition in Japanese Drive. Will be available to be obtained in the Platinum rank whenever it depends on. So good on the update by 1,578 place in 1,224,269 points is good to be job well done by the progress of 100% complete. So what do you guys think? Just like part 1 and 2 to go but another round, and for the second rerun on Japanese Drive is very good to be thrilled, successful, and all-time Japanese car culture to have 2 street race, 1 drift, 1 drag race, a single motocross on the Suzuki RM-C450, and no restriction only to be depends on by using specific Japanese touring car in Grand Canyon at night. But almost forgot to have 3 skills to be having 2 on the water-based vehicle and speed trap that you might need to have the slalom, buoy smashing, and extra to have a dragster vehicle to be using on speed trap. Or if possible, the speed glitch might be have to come up to have some experimental. We'll have to see how hard it is or how easy does it work. But whenever it depends, but I'm always have to go ordinary challenger by having a normal method. We'll have to keep it well average to be doing a job well done. So good thing Japanese Drive is now being done and finishing up to have a celebration of my B-Day. So moving up on to Mercedes-Benz Attic in about next event by the 3rd week of September by the 18th and 25th, along with long haul is now being available before at the end of the month and early week on October 2nd, and there's going to be having a rerun on Urban Jam on the 2nd through the 9th of October, and plus Uptown Wilderness is about to be scheduled by coming soon. So good thing, available 6 events we'll be using on Mercedes-Benz vehicles will be set and have one of them in street racing discipline to be set by no restriction, along with rallycross will be labeled as well. But it depends. If either for having non-manufacturer deemed vehicle will have to be well temporarily to be entered on the rallycross event, so we'll have to wait and find out soon enough, as we're about to have the next 3 skills we'll be doing on land-based by Salam, Speed Trap, and Escape. But I can't wait, folks. This will have to go by extra earnings to go climbing up, and made it on time by 10,891,662 bucks. It's gonna get much more patient time to have some more arsenal to be doing some proper tuning and have some nitro chemists to be boosted on other depends on discipline classes. But almost forgot to have one thing for having a reminder on Uptown Wilderness is I really might need to have a different modification edition on the Jeep Wrangler Sport. But I'll have to keep a good watchful eye out on the Chevrolet Corvette C7ZR1 Long Range Edition is now being available until September 25th through October 2nd, as I'm about to wrap this up before at the end of the video. But one more thing, Urban Gem is now being usual to have some 4 prizes on the 150,000 followers, exterior parts on the Lamborghini Aventador LP700 Dashboard Drip Edition. Yellow Taxi Rooftop on the Common has now been acquired and received as an item of vanity. But Nitro Chemist Boosted for Drift Discipline, that's how we might need to have some more additional and extra to go full expansion on Arsenal. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Deepernet Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and other social media platforms. Plus, memberships are now open to everyone. We'll join to get access for a price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and other features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out by having a super thanks as an extra will support and grow. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.